Hi, welcome to another video for Quality Assurance 4878. In this video, I will be sharing with you some of the techniques on how to use Minitab. Minitab is a software that we use in quality, and any company you go there, they will be asking you what's your experience in Minitab. In this video, I will be sharing with you a simple tips on how to create control charts, pareto chart, histogram. Also, I will be teaching you how to do the process capability using Minitab. Let's go ahead and start. So the first thing that you want to do is to download the Minitab. And the nice thing about Minitab, they offer you a free version for 30 days, free trial. So if you download this, you go to this website, minitab.com, and you will see the free trial for 30 days. Put your information down and download the software. If you are at Bemidji State University, if you are a student of BSU, you could use this software for free in our computer labs, so you don't have to download it. If you decide to purchase your own copy, that's fine. You could do that as well. And I'm sure there are so many websites that they offer discounts for students, and you could get it for $30, as low as $30 for the software. However, for this video, where you don't need the full version, the free 30-day trial would work for you. Once you download the software will look like this one here. So as you see, this is looks like an Excel. If you used Excel before, you should recognize the grid here, which we put the information, very similar to Excel, columns and rows, and we put the information in. However, there are some differences. Here you will see the heading for these columns, and this is to identify the data here. The tabs here, similar to other Microsoft products. It's not Minitab, it's not a Microsoft product, but it is similar to Microsoft products. You will see the tabs and the drop-down menus where you could select a lot of stuff. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with creating an X and R chart. And I used the data from discussion 10. So I copied the data and listed here. Make sure not to copy the sample number because it's already here in the rows. All you need to do is the observation 1, 2, 3, and 4. You list them down here, you copy and paste it here. And now, once you have the data, make sure that you copy it the right way. Do not make spaces or empty cells. And now let's go to Stat. And from Stat menu, you go to Control Charts and go to Variables Control. Variable charts for subgroups, and select the first option. There's so many options in here. You could explore the software on your own, but my goal for this video is to make it as simple as possible, as short as possible, so you could benefit from this video, and later on you could explore the software on your own. But there's so many capability, there's so many functions that you could use. Okay, so let's go back. In X and R chart, we're going to again Stat, go to Control Charts, and go to X bar dash R. Select that. And for here, you will see two options. One option is all observation in one column, or each observation in different column, which what we have here, we have each observation in a separate column. So we have to select the second option, not the first option. So the first option is if you have all observation in one column, and you'll have to put how many observations you have here in the subgroup. But the case that we have here, no, we have different observations, each observation in a different column. Now click on this box right here and select the information here, C1 to C4, click select. In order to select these information, you could click on the first one and click shift on your keyboard and go select the last one, which is C4, and then click select. Or what you could do also, you could select the first one, click on the mouse and on the mouse, and then drag it all the way down, and you see it has been selected. Once you're done selecting that, release your finger from your mouse, and that's basically how to select it. There are options here. You could look into these options, but we're going to keep it simple. There's the one thing that I used it before. It's the estimate here. You could delete or exclude one of the sets from the charts, or you could include specific set in your analysis. So for now, as I mentioned, we're not going to do this. We're going to keep it as simple as possible, and you click OK, and that will create the charts for you, simple and easy. No need for equations, no need for appendix, no needs for anything. It's all you need to do is copy and paste the data, and use the right tool in Minitab to create it. As you see, there's an X chart, an X double bar created, R bar created, upper control limit, lower control limits for both of these, and that's basically it. All you could do if you decide to change the title for this, double click and change the title. Put a good title here. The text would be uh, X and R charts for uh, process uh, process and uh, Fizz company. I believe this is what would be the name of the company. So just put a title that is that fit your case. And then that's all you need to do. So you could do, if you double click here as well, you could not double click. I'm going to click OK here. Now double click on this. You could add an item such as a title, subtitle, footnote, default, and any other things you want to add. You could do that. For now, we just change the title for the chart from here, and that's basically it. Now click OK and click OK, and that's it. Now, if you need to present that to your management, go to the arrow right here, click on it, and click on it and copy the graph, or you could save the graph as, and that will download it uh, into your uh, into your computer. I hope this is helpful. Now we're moving into the next tool, which is creating the P chart. Also, the P chart for this example, I took the example from the discussion 10, and that's would be the solved problem 2. So what I have here, we have the defectives here, 10 samples, as you see, and that's for a light bulb quality, checking the light bulb quality. And based on the data, we decide this is a P chart. And now let's go create the control charts, stat, control charts, and go attribute chart and click P. And for this, you could click on the defective, double click, and that will bring it to the variables. What's the number of the sample? That would be 10. Click OK. You could go into the options, of course, as I discussed earlier, but for now, we'll keep it simple. Click OK, and that will create the P chart for you. And it looks like the process is in control. However, there is two extreme data here, which is number 5 and number 6. Number 5 is a 0, which is good. We don't have any defects here. But for number 6, we have 5 defective parts, so we have to investigate on why is that. But the rest is around the center line, and we conclude that the process in control. Now, moving into the C chart. I also used the solved problem number 3. So I did copy the information, and we have 20 samples here, as you see. And we decide, because this is a complaint from a customer on a child care. So what you need to do is go to stat, control charts, attribute, and this is a C chart that we should use. Click on the C chart, and now click on the number of complaints. Click OK, and that would create the C chart for you. As you see, the upper control limit, lower control limit is provided. The C bar is also provided for you. No need to do the calculation or equations or anything. It's simple as this. All right, now Pareto chart. Also, it's important to be able to use Minitab and to create Pareto chart using Minitab. So let's go and create a Pareto chart. This example that I have here based on assignment one, and that would be, I believe, uh, question 10, chapter 2. So for this Pareto chart, how to create a Pareto chart, you go to control tools, stat control tools, and go to Pareto chart, and you will see two columns that you need to do, or three, depends on what you have. So right now, what I have, defects. So the first option that you have to include is the defects. What are the defects? The defects here basically is the first column. The first column, complaint, as you see, called full, etc. All this. So this is the complaints. And now for the frequency of these complaints are on C2, column C2. And by variables, we don't have any variables. And then we combine the remaining defects into one category after this percent, 95%. And click OK. And that will give you the Pareto chart as well. Here's the Pareto chart, as you see, created for you. As you see, this is not organized from higher to lower, but Minitab organize it for you and help you to create the Minitab. Okay, now next we're moving into the histogram, and what we need to do here for the histogram, we have a set of data, and also this is taken from one of the questions on assignment uh, one, I believe. So let's go ahead and create a histogram. And for the histogram, where you need to go to graph. And of course, in the graph, you will see scatter diagram. We did talked about scatter diagram. You could use scatter diagram. There are other tools that you could use as well. But for now, what we're going to do, we're going to do a histogram for this data. Click OK. We need to select a symbol histogram. And what we need to do, the graph would be for what would be the variable. The variable for the histogram would be this one. And click OK. This is basically the frequency on the right side, and these are the grams. So we select C1 and C2, click select, and click OK. And that would be the create the histogram. Not really, actually. This is not what I was looking for. And this is where I have to go back a little bit to the question, see, understand what these data are. Okay, these are the grams. Let's go one more time. We're gonna go ahead and try this one. One more time, graph, histogram, and we're going to use a symbol one, and we're going to use uh, not both of them, should be one of them. So we're going to do graph variables. Yeah, these are the graph variables. All right, same information here. Just give me a second here. We'll figure it out. All right, histogram one more time. Not that 120 to 125, and frequency is 2, 125. Okay, let's well, it looks good here, but I don't like it. I just want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing here. So let me go ahead and try one more time. So I would like to select this here, the symbol one, and I would like to The frequency is here. Click OK. And the variables are here. I'm going to click OK. Yep, that's what I was looking for. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So, all right, so let's go ahead and work on it. So, I'm going to show you how to do this. So these should be deleted, all of these. Okay, this is the right one here. So, but how to create this histogram? To create the histogram, you go to graph, create a histogram, select a symbol one. And now for here, for the data that we have, we select the grams. So this is the grams that we have. On the data options, click on data options, click on frequency. And for the frequency, you want to show where are the frequency for these data. And these basically on C2. That's the frequency. Click OK. And let's go one more time. We have to go into uh, data view. We need to uh, fit the distribution. We have to click on that fit distribution, click OK. Right, that should be it. So click OK, and that will give you the right histogram for this information. If you double check 125 to 130. These are the information, and it will give you the mean, the standard deviation. All right, if I want to change this, if I want to delete this or update the title, double click on it. Uh, you could update the title. You could add items. So here I'm going to add the title. So I'm going to uh, data display, and I'm going to right, no, not this one. I'm looking for a reference line, not reference line. I'm looking into the smoother, not really. If I want to delete this here, this is what I was looking for. If I want to, all right, that's what was the thing that I was looking for. If you don't see the uh, bill curve, you could add that by adding the item and go to distribution fit and select the normal and click OK. All right, so one more time, I'm going to do it here. All right, so here what you need to do, a graph, histogram, you select the symbol. All you need to do is select the variable for the main variable here, and for the data option, go to the frequency and select the frequency variable, which is quantity here, how often, and click OK, and that's basically it. Now, all you need to do is double click and you could add more items. So sometimes you forget to add the fit curve. So what you do is you go to the distribution fit and you select a normal distribution and click OK. And that will give you the normal distribution fit, and they will give you the mean, the standard deviation, click OK. All right, so that's a histogram. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about it is the process capability. In process capability, I went back for one of the discussions that we have, and we're going to apply the process capability here. For the process capability, you go to the okay, stat, right, control, quality tools right here, quality tools, and go to capability analysis and click on a normal. And now for this one, depends on the data. If you have only single column, you could select that. But what we have down here, we have subgroups, which means observations. We have 4 observations, so we're going to select that. Click on the here on the box and select all the information, all the views or the observations, and select. And now here we have to put the lower specification and the upper specification. As you know, these are not calculated. These are given from the customer. So the upper specification I have here is 120.25 and a 119.75. Histogram historical mean. If you have the mean, you could put it. If not, it's optional. That's all you need to do is just the data and the lower control limit, the upper control limits. Click OK. And I did miss up with the control limit. So let's go back one more time. See what I have here. Control tools, normal, and lower. Okay, the lower should be the 119.75, and the upper would be 120.25. Click OK, and that will give you the process capability. As you see, this process is capable. As you see, the CP is 2.5, the CPK is 2.43. The process is centered because there's both are almost the same. Now for this section right here, the PP and the CPM, the PPK, these are the long-term capability, which is good explanation for your management to say, okay, there is the long-term, we'll be able to meet the needs and the demand. So as you see, this is the process is scalable. They will show you where the specification limits and where is the distribution, and the distribution is right here. It looks good, and you conclude that the process is scalable. Again, as any chart of Minitab, double click and we'll give you an idea. I'll give you an options to delete and edit whether the title or any of the options that you may like to include. With that said, that's the end of my video. I hope this is helpful. Thank you very much for all your support over the past few months. This is the last video for quality assurance, and I wish you all the best. All I need you to do is work on your final project and uh, final assignment. You're going to be missed after we're done this semester, but I hope that I give you enough information to explore the quality science, the quality assurance science. It's a big science that I highly recommend to go into that science. Thank you.